If you haven't already, go find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I'm out here going through all of the tomato plants, and what I'm looking at is neglect on my part. I have allowed other things in life to consume my time and consume my passion for growing these tomatoes. I have been growing tomatoes like this for a long time, and I know how to do this. And what I see is nothing but neglect. All I have done is keep these plants alive. I have not positioned them for success. And it's all on me, folks. You know, I made a commitment to myself and to my family that this tomato patch was going to be part of our provision. It was going to be not only for our consumption, but also add to financially to the bottom line. Yeah, I think we can take a look at this. That's a pretty awesome lesson. If you don't go to work, you're not going to have a paycheck to pay your bills. That's what I did. I didn't go to work. This was supposed to be part of my work, and I just didn't go. So here we are, neglected and unproductive. I needed to go through this process to remind myself what's important. Fruit rotting on the vine. Suckers everywhere. Foliage everywhere. It's everything that I said it wasn't going to be. And I allowed it. And now I'm paying the price. Folks, I showed you earlier the neglect that that has occurred with the tomatoes. Well, let me tell you, I did not do my cucumbers any favors either. I think if there was someone who could take the title of the Neglectful Gardner this year, I think it'd probably be me. So the problem with these cucumbers is downy mildew. If you don't know what downy mildew is, go look it up for yourself. But it's pretty detrimental to your cucurbits. You can see the mottling that's occurred on the leaves. and the necrosis that actually occurs. I have treated these plants with potassium bicarbonate, by far probably the best treatment for downy mildew there is. That's potassium bicarbonate, not sodium bicarbonate. It's not baking soda. Now, baking soda does well with like powdery mildew, but if you really want to get in here and get this stuff knocked out, order potassium bicarbonate, and it'll do a really, really good job of stopping. You can see this plant is putting on new growth, and it's really, it's trying to strive, it's trying to live, and it's trying to thrive. And what I'm trying to do here is I want to give it some airspace. I want to free it up. I want to give it room for this new growth to take hold and breathe and thrive. So I'm going through and I'm cutting out this downy mildew, all the leaves that are infected, at least best as I can. This variety is called Diamede, and it's a really, really good cucumber. Small seed cavities, tasty, good size, great size for slicing. If you take a look, see how the leaf has a sort of a mosaic kind of look to it. This is actually necrosis within the leaf. These cells are dying, right? Because of the downy mildew. And eventually that entire leaf will die. As the cells die, they stop doing photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is what creates the sugars within the plant to feed it. Growing vegetables is like anything in life. If you neglect it, it is going to suffer, right? You take a look at your marriage. If you are neglecting your wife and your husband's needs emotionally, spiritually, physically, your marriage is going to suffer. And you're going to have to go in and do some pruning and do some cleaning up and do some repair work. We could take a look at our children and say, hey, what have I been neglecting in your life? If we don't stay on top of them about their homework, or about time on social media, friends they're keeping, hours they're staying up. If we're not on top of it, they're going to suffer. It is our responsibility to our household and to those under that roof and in our care, just like this plant is in my care, to tend to it and make sure that it stays healthy. And the only way you can do that is to put your hands on it, keep your eyes on it, and be a good steward, right? I don't like the way that sounds when I talk about my wife and about my marriage, but the reality is, it is my responsibility to be a good steward of what God has given me and what He has put in my hands. And I'm grateful for it. Get aggravated at times. Don't want to do it. Just like with these cucumbers. Didn't want to do it. Didn't want to come out here and deal with them. that is our diamide cucumbers. As you can see, we got a lot more airflow, a lot more space. I think we're gonna get back to producing some good cucumbers. Thanks for coming and spending part of your day with us. We greatly appreciate it. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, give us a thumbs up. Also, if you don't mind, click right down here and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, click the bell notification button. That'll let you know when we put out new content. Have a great day. God bless.